Smirking Gun Reviews. So you're probably wondering why I'm sitting here. Well, you saw if you're clicking on it, you know where you clicked on. Why does it look like this? Because I've been trying to get this fucking video uploaded and not blocked by Netflix and YouTube for the past 2 tries. For some reason, all my other reviews are fine. I play the episodes behind me. All that's fine. I don't have any audio. Nothing. I get to episode 6 and it tells me that like about 4 minutes or so of the video is causing this to be blocked. So I look and I see what it is, and so I go back into the editing process and I made one of these, what I'm doing right now. And so from where they blocked me till the end, and so I just replaced all that stuff with one of these where I'm talking to you like this right now. So I re-export, I re-upload, it blocks me again, and now it's like, oh well, now this little bit before that now. So I realized that they're just gonna keep doing that through the whole fucking video. But I also, between then and now, I've already exported and uploaded episode 7's review. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zero. I don't know what it is about this episode, but they didn't want anybody to put any video. They didn't want me putting video up for it. And it's the worst episode of the series. So here it is. Here's the third time's the charm video for The Witcher Season 1 Episode 6, Rare Species. I like it okay. It's just the worst one of the series, and I was really looking forward to this because it was about a dragon quest, and I'm like, cool, we need some more monster hunting in this monster hunting show. And while I realize that the books probably have to deal with more political stuff and more medieval type of things, and the monster hunting is probably secondary. But in the video games, it's, while you're doing political stuff as well, it's mostly running around hunting monsters and fighting, fucking people up. So I'm just going to touch on a few things here because honestly, this is the third time I've done this and I can't do it again. So like I said, this is my least favorite of the 7 episodes I've seen. I can say 7 now because you can watch the 7th episode review with no problem. I have to agree with a few people that this show does kind of feel like Hercules and Xena, but I don't like those shows. This is like what if Hercules and Xena had a budget and was good and had better acting and actors and a better story and not as cheesy. And while I love Sam Raimi, those were made in the 90s and they were limited. And yeah, Bruce Campbell's in that, but he can't save everything. I'm not a big Kevin Sorbo fan. But this story had some potential because we're talking about a dragon hunt and this guy named Borch 3 Jackdaws. Now, like I said, spoilers if you haven't seen this episode. Borch 3 Jackdaws. Now that we know that he's a golden dragon, yeah, that name really works. I thought that was a really cool twist to put in here. That he's a dragon that can transform himself into a man. He also knows the future. Like, apparently golden dragons, man, are like, fucking Captain Marvel. They can do everything. The Mary Sues of dragons. Because they're not even supposed to exist. But I really thought that was dope. It explains why his female companions were, like, really into him. The one thing about that golden dragon, though, is it looked awful. It looked worse. Like, the game creatures look better than that thing. The whole fact that it's sitting there looking and you hear Borch's voice out of it, it looked like I was watching one of those commercials like The General or, like Eagle Man, like, oh, I've got, like the guy dressed up as an eagle going, oh, I've got something for you, but his mouth isn't moving and you're just hearing a voice. It was really bad, and even the dead dragon in the cave looked better than the CGI dragon. I did like that there's that guy running around for Kingdom and Glory. just throughout it, and like he just slaughters this poor starving animal. That was another bad CG effect. Like the body of it looked cool, but the head was just this bizarre looking. It looked like a joke. I know that we saw like a creature like that previously, but his head was more normal size. This thing's just like it was like a Jar Jar. No, 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 not gonna go full Jar Jar, but it just looked like I don't know, like maybe they didn't size it up right in the process or something of it. But this Kingdom Glory guy just hacks this poor thing into pieces. Nobody does anything about it. Geralt just says, "Hey, we could have fed it and it'd go away." But, then that fucker gets his, throat slit, so who cares? He was doomed from the start. As soon as he starts going, I'm Kingdom and Glory, and that's who Yennefer's with, I'm like, yeah, he's fucked. Ciri's story about how she finds out, like, she just gets a bunch of exposition, really. She gets the laws of surprise explained to her and the whole thing with Geralt. And then they immediately expose the Doppler. They don't get that far. I mean, they get close to where they needed her to go, but conveniently they find out that he's not who he says he is. They use the silver to expose him as a Doppler. And then the Dopplers end up being pissed because this Birdman, whose name is Kay here, didn't tell them about her powers. And I did think that was an interesting twist when the girl shows up. They take the girl. You think it's the girl. She's running through the woods, and it turns out that it's the Doppler who wanted to get caught so he could get close to the Birdman and try to kill him. So it was really interesting, and he escapes. And he's a pretty awful. These are both pretty awful guys, but now I don't know is the Doppler like just trying to stop Birdman from using her because she's too powerful. I don't know. And I mean that's really it. There's like the stuff with Geralt and Yennefer is really good character stuff, but it's all stuff to build up towards, like I say in episode 7 probably, to get Geralt to want to help Ciri, and for Yennefer to get to where she needs to go by the end of this. All this stuff in here that's like they have their great moment together. They have the what if we woke up together in the morning instead of leaving. He feels really bad for leaving her after they bang in a blown up house. I guess he could have woken her up and said, hey, we should probably get out of this rubble before the whole place falls in around us. So then they have this like nice, like what if they had normal lives for a second. Also, the tent reminded me of Harry Potter. You walk in there and she's got this 4-poster bed and like furniture and all sorts of shit inside that place. And so they screw again, and then they wake up next to each other, and we have this bit of normalcy, which also means they're doomed. We've seen this in a lot of shows where by the end of this, everybody that was together separates. He tells off the bard, she tells him off, he tells her off, and everybody else. And so these things happen so that they can all come back together later. It's in so many things. Like, shitty-ass Suicide Squad did it, right? The teams always break up, and then they go their separate ways, and then they find their way to come back together. Even Anchorman did that, right? So does this. I did like how Borch told them, because like I said, he can read the future. He tells her, you're never getting your womb back, and you're going to lose her. And then she's like, well, he already did. And I'm just like, get over yourself, both of you. And believe me, guys, I'm doing this I'm basically kind of throwing in both reviews that I've done twice now into like a quick rant. But this kind of gives, she gets mad at him because he lets slip the child surprise in there. So they've been, trading barbs throughout this entire episode. And she, like I said, in the 7th episode, she goes to her buddy after the events of this. She comes crawling to him after, she feels like the genie was the reason why they have feelings for each other. And it's like, shut up, girl. He likes you. You actually got to this guy who never feels anything. Stop looking past that. She's just looking for a reason to run, looking for a reason. She's a complicated character. I like her a lot, but, geez Louise, man, her issues have issues. So that's basically it. And I even skipped over a lot of the things I just didn't really like. I mean, the side characters are pointless. I thought the bard sleeping through the whole fight was pretty funny. And to be honest with you, I even though I don't usually like comic relief characters like him, he's actually pretty funny to me. I like his just kind of, not when he's trying to be funny. I like it when he's just his asides of like just kind of reactions to things like, holy fuck, that kind of thing. So that's Rare Species. Hopefully this doesn't get blocked now that I'm not using anything, unless somebody blocks one of these posters in the background. I don't know. It's very strange. So if you like this review, for what it is, again, I'm sorry. Watch one of my other ones. They're normal. They're all normal, but this one. If you like it, though, please hit the like button. Like it out of spite, please. Like it out of spite, because fuck Netflix, man. I've been giving them glowing reviews for this show when a lot of people aren't. And I'm not doing that, so that Netflix gives me special treatment. But come on, man. Like, what do you got? What's a guy got to do? I don't monetize. I don't make a profit off this. I'm not trying to sell the video, so that people, if they watches it in the background, they don't have to, like, he can't hear it, and I don't have subtitles on, fuck faces. So, anyway, if you're not a subscriber, if you're not a subscriber, please become a subscriber. You can find me on Twitter at reviews_gun. You can go to my ko-fi.com/smirkingunreviews if you want to donate to the channel and help make it better. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you on another one of these. We've only got one left, even though technically 7 is already on the channel. So we've got episode 8 still to do. And I got so much going on. So have a great night, everybody. Hopefully this one actually uploads. But you won't know. Like, maybe I might have to do this for a 4th time. I don't know. I don't know what it is about episode 6, but see you guys later. Bye.